Hi, it is Monday morning, 9th of September. This channel is Drips Media, and I will be covering financial news from New York stock exchanges before markets open. The regular trading for the U.S. stock market opens at 9:30 a.m. My name is Daniela Drips. I will be quickly covering yesterday's closing data, main indexes, and the key companies. Please follow us online.
Good morning. This is Drips Media, lid from New York. Drips Media, the revolutionary digital service that transforms the way you stay informed. With Drips Media, you get real-time news delivered in dynamic short video clips, keeping you updated on the latest headlines as they happen. Our cutting-edge technology curates and condenses top stories. Whether you're on the go or just need a quick update, Drips News ensures you're always in the know, effortlessly. Stay connected, stay informed, and experience news like never before with Drips News.
Turning our attention to Wall Street, all three major indices closed in the red, extending recent losses. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 408 points, closing at 40,345.4. This marks the second straight day of losses for the Dow. The S&P 500 experienced a steeper decline, dropping 1.7% to finish the day at 5,408.4. This marks the fourth consecutive day of losses for the S&P, signaling a bearish trend taking hold. Tech-heavy NASDAQ was hit hardest, plummeting 2.6% to close at 16,690.8, erasing the previous day's gains. This decline in the tech sector was fueled by significant losses in major players. Apple, a bellwether for the tech industry, saw its shares fall by 0.7% to close at $220.80, reversing the previous day's gains. Google's parent company, Alphabet, experienced an even steeper decline, with its shares plummeting 4% to end the day at $150.90. This downturn also erased the search giant's previous day's gains, signaling a potential shift in investor sentiment. Meanwhile, Microsoft, a consistent performer in recent months, couldn't escape the tech slump. The software giant's shares dropped 1.6% to close at $401.70, marking 4 consecutive days of losses. This sustained downward trend for Microsoft suggests broader concerns within the tech sector are starting to weigh on even the most resilient companies. Amazon, another tech giant, closed at $155.20, a 2.5% decrease, adding to the negative sentiment surrounding the sector. This marks Amazon's third consecutive day of losses, with its stock down 5.1% over this period. Despite the recent downturn, Apple remains a strong performer in the long term. The tech giant's stock has still gained an impressive 15% since the start of the year. However, the recent 5-day losing streak, in which the stock has fallen 3.9%, raises concerns about whether Apple can maintain its upward trajectory. Looking at the bigger picture, Apple's stock has seen gains on only 4 out of the last 10 trading days, indicating a potential shift in market sentiment towards the tech giant. Investors will be closely watching Apple's performance in the coming days for further clues about the direction of both the tech sector and the broader market. Meta, another key player in the tech sector, also faced headwinds, with its shares falling 2.3% to close at $500.30. This decline follows a day of losses, suggesting growing investor concern about the social media giant. NVIDIA, a leading chipmaker, closed the day flat at $102.80. Despite a brief rally earlier in the week, NVIDIA's stock has struggled to maintain momentum, reflecting the broader uncertainty within the tech industry. E-commerce giant Amazon showed signs of recovery, closing at $171.40, essentially flat for the day. This follows 3 consecutive days of losses for Amazon, suggesting the company might be finding its footing amidst the tech sector volatility. This downturn for Meta comes as the social media giant grapples with ongoing concerns about slowing user growth and increased competition. Despite a 42% surge since the start of the year, Meta's stock has struggled in recent weeks, with a 4% decline month to date. The stock has only seen gains on 2 out of the last 10 trading days, highlighting the challenges facing the company. Investors will be closely monitoring Meta's upcoming earnings report for insights into its future prospects and any potential catalysts for a rebound. The financial sector also experienced a downturn, mirroring the broader market trend. J.P. Morgan saw its shares fall 2.4% to close at $212.50, marking 4 consecutive days of losses. Bank of America followed a similar trajectory, with its shares dropping 2.8% to end the day at $38.80, also marking 4 consecutive days of losses. This sustained downward trend for both banking giants suggests growing investor concern about the overall health of the financial sector. Morgan Stanley wasn't spared from the sell-off, with its shares declining 3% to close at $96.60, marking 2 consecutive days of losses. This decline suggests that even well-established financial institutions are facing headwinds in the current market environment. MasterCard experienced a more modest decline, with its shares edging down 0.3% to close at $476.10, marking 2 consecutive days of losses. This relative resilience compared to other financial stocks could indicate that investors view MasterCard as a potentially safer bet in uncertain times. Meanwhile, Visa stood out as a rare bright spot in the financial sector, with its shares rising 0.3% to close at $279.40, reversing 1 day of losses. This positive performance could suggest that investors are optimistic about Visa's long-term growth prospects, even amidst broader market volatility. Bank of America shares closed at $38.80, a drop of 2.8% compared to the previous day, marking 4 consecutive days of losses for the company. This month, Bank of America's stock has declined by 4.3%, but despite this recent downturn, the bank's stock has still gained a healthy 17% since the start of the year. However, looking at the recent performance, Bank of America's stock has only seen gains on 4 out of the last 10 trading days, mirroring the concerns about the overall health of the financial sector. Shifting gears to the cryptocurrency market, Bitcoin closed at $55,232, a 0.7% increase, marking 3 consecutive days of gains for the digital asset. Dogecoin also ended the day in positive territory, closing at 10 cents, a 1.9% gain. This marks 3 consecutive days of gains for Dogecoin. Ethereum, the second largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, closed at $2,314.50, a 0.8% increase. This marks 3 consecutive days of gains for Ethereum. This positive trend for Bitcoin comes after a period of volatility, with the cryptocurrency's price down 4.7% over the past 5 days. Despite this recent dip, Bitcoin has still seen a 31% increase since the start of the year. Looking at the recent performance, Bitcoin has seen gains on 5 out of the last 10 trading days, suggesting a potential return of investor confidence in the digital asset.